In the quiet corner of a forgotten town stood a little workshop. Dusty windows, wooden walls. Inside, the air ticked with the rhythm of hundreds of clocks, each telling a different story, each counting a different truth. The man who owned this shop was named Elias. He was old, gentle, and though his hands were weathered, they moved with grace like time itself trusted him. People came to Elias to fix their clocks. But over time, they started to bring more than broken watches. They brought weariness, confusion, grief. Because something about Elias was different. He never rushed, never scolded. He simply listened to the ticking, to the silence between the ticks, and to the people who had forgotten how to be still. Elias believed that time wasn't the enemy. It was the teacher. He saw each broken gear as a parable, a lesson in patience, in precision, in grace. To the angry young man, he handed back a restored watch and said nothing. But the silence spoke louder than advice. To the anxious woman, he gave a quiet smile as the steady ticking reminded her to breathe. People wondered, what was his secret? He had no education in psychology, no sermons, no strategies, only clocks, and the wisdom to know that everything, every person, every wound has its own timing to heal. Elias believed that just as clocks needed balance wheels to stay steady, people needed balance too. Not more speed, but rhythm. And so, over decades, his workshop became a sanctuary. Not just of gears and springs, but of reflection, where broken things were welcomed, and time was never wasted, only redeemed. Then, one day, the ticking stopped. Elias had passed away, but his legacy didn't. In the weeks that followed, his workshop stayed open not because of inheritance, but because of impact. One by one, people who had once come for repair returned to remember. They didn't come for the clocks anymore. They came for the pause, the quiet, the space between doing and being. And there, in that stillness, his secret lived on. The world had taught them to run, but Elias had taught them to listen, to slow down, to find their own rhythm. Because time isn't just what we measure, it's what we honor. And sometimes, the one who understands time best is the one who's never in a hurry.